So let's get started. For loop is started. For loop can be started or it can be initiated with the word for, like how while loop is started. Yeah, just use for and open this brackets. Inside this bracket, you need to start a variable first. This is an initiation that you will do. For example, n equals to 1. This thing you can do, n equals to 1, or you can do it. Most of the people, what they do is I equal to 1. They'll start with a, this is called as initiation. You will start with initiation, then you will decide, you will give semicolon, and then you will decide the condition. For example, I want to run the loop until I is lesser than or equal to let's say 5. Yeah, and this is an initiation, and this is a condition, and the last thing is updation. Okay, what should happen on every iteration of the loop? What should happen every time the loop runs? What should happen? Let's say I is equals to I plus I plus 1. So this can be the loop. Or simple I, instead of writing this I is equals to I plus 1, I can do it right this way, I plus plus. This way I can do it. Okay, so now what will happen is I hopefully guys, let me know if you people have understood what these three things that I have mentioned here after semicolon. First is an initiation, second is an condition, third is an updation. Let me know if you people have understood this part. We can proceed further. Just type yes in the chat box. Okay, thank you people, thank you for confirmation. Let's move forward. Let's say I've mentioned here I want to run the loop until I is lesser than or equal to 5. So what I'll do here, I'll just do console log I. Let's see now. I've just saved it. If I just go to inspect, you guys can see here. First time the loop started, it checked the condition here. I equals to I plus. I should be less than. The loop should run until this is a condition. I should be less than or equal to 5. Then it was I first. It committed 5. It committed I. Then again the loop started running. Okay. Then this loop again it checked the condition. Is this was not met. Then it updated I first value was 1, then plus 1 it became 2, it added 2 here. Then again the loop run, same condition it checked, then it added once again 1, 2, like that. It keep on updating till 5, until I is equal to 5. It started running. Okay, or I'll just comment it. First thing is, let's start with the for loop. In for loop, what you need to do is you need to start any variable. If you are starting a variable outside the for loop also, it's okay, you can do that also, not an issue. But most of the time we start it inside a for loop only. Let I equals to 1 or I equals to 0. For this example, let's consider 0. You can start with 1 also, not an issue. Okay, then I is I is less than or equal to 10, until, or I can just give it I is equal to 10 until I is equal to 10. Keep running this loop. Okay, and every time the loop is running, update the I value to I plus plus. This is what the loop will tell you. First is initiation. This is the condition. and this is an updation. Every time the loop happens, every time the loop runs, this should I value should get updated. Okay, I've given I plus plus. Let's run this and check once. Console log I save. See, it's keep on going. I hear you. It's keep going. See, it has become infinite loop. Let me just remove this. My mistake. Just terminate this. Oof. Yeah, that was a continuous loop because yeah, because I have not told this it should be uh, equal. It should be less than or equal to. I've just given uh, 10. Okay, I should be equal to 10, so that is why it started running continuously until I is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So uh, I should be less than 10. It started, if you see here, it started from 0 and it ended to 10. Don't do this. I equals to 10, it will go an infinite loop and it will again crash. Okay, so don't make this mistake. I've started a loop here. So never do this. Don't do this. No, I equals to 10 directly. It keeps on going into an infinite loop. It will not come out of it. Okay, because that's not a specified condition here. I equals to 10. I can not directly be equal to 10, or I I've not mentioned it should be greater than or lesser than there. So better always specify this option. Okay, I is lesser than or equal to 10, or I is lesser than or equal to whatever the number you wish to. Guys, let me know if you guys have any doubts, any questions on the for loop. I'll give you one more example to explain this for loop. Let me just see here. Look at this carefully. Hopefully this example will help you. Let's say I have a variable. I have a. You guys tell me what this is. Let's start. Okay, so guys, what is this? Just type in the chat box. What do you think? What is this? This is not a variable. This is a string. Sorry, this is an array. Okay, which has names of fruits. And you guys know how to access the data inside an array. This is at the 0th position, and this is at the first position. This is at the second position. This is at the third position. So I can access in this way. Fruits equal to first let me just log this into a console. The fruits, but then I can print it in this way. This is apple, the first position, the second position, banana. I can do it in this way. Okay, if I want I can print an entire array also. See, this is an array, but I don't want in this way. I want to print every fruit that is inside an array one by one. I want to print. I can do it in this way. Like I can do console log 0. This is apple. I can copy the same thing, come to next line, and I can do one. I can do it in this way also, but this is literally a very long task, very huge task. So what we usually do is, for this kind of problems we use for loop. Okay, let's say for, this is the best example to understand this. Okay, let I equal to, okay, see, I can start variable here itself, or I can start a variable here outside the for loop. Let or just let I can stop here. I have initiated a variable here. Instead of using let here, I can just use I equal to 0 because this starts from 0. Let's start with 0. Okay, how many variables are there here? I can do it in this way, like this is in 0 position, 1 position, 2, 3. I can do it in this way until I is less than I is less than or equal to I is less than or equal to 3. I can do it in this way. This will start from 0 and it will end at 3. I can do it in this way, or I can do it in this way also, like fruits dot length. I can do it in this way also. Okay, so better as of now for a beginner friendly, let's do it in this way. 3, and so this is an initiation I have did I, and this one is a condition, and every time we update we will update this one I plus plus. Every time the loop runs it should go plus plus. So now what I'll do is I'll just do log, I'll write fruits. Okay, so guys, you know that here whatever the variable I'm putting here, I can put 1 2 3. Instead of putting that 1 2 3, I is starting from 0 and it will end at 3. We know that here every time it will end at 3. So instead of putting 1 2 3 here, I'll just put I and I'll just do save. Now you guys can see it iterated through the loop and it gave me the output: apple, banana, orange. Guys, let me just explain to you one thing before going forward. That is something called as random. Yesterday also we discussed about this. Let's say I want to generate a random numbers. There is a method called as Math.random. This is a method. Let's say I want to generate random numbers from 1 to 100. At that point in time, I just multiply this method with 100 and I will get the random numbers. You can, if I just console this log, if I just log this one, random, sorry about the spelling, but yeah, see, you can see here, I have got the random number as 64. I can refresh 34, refresh, because I have multiplied with 100. That is why I'm getting the number. I'll be getting the numbers from 0 to 100. So I don't want to if I don't need numbers till 100, I can just go for 10. See, if I just refresh now, see, 1 for I got 4, I got 0, I got again, I got 0, again I got 5, I got 4, until 10 I'll be getting this numbers every time I refresh or every time I call this random variable. I keep getting the random numbers. Okay, see, this is coming like 9. Okay, after 9 there is a decimal point. After that there is there are this thing. So I don't want this decimal point and all. I want the number to be a whole number. So what I can do is I can put this entire thing into another method called as math.float. I've covered everything into brackets. I'll just put that into math.float. Now if you guys see, let me just, now if you guys see, I've got a whole number 9. There is no decimal. Okay, 4 2 7 5 4. So every time I'm getting a random number there. Now call it n. So what I can do is if I have an array, let me just take this array here. Let's say I have an array here. You know that how to access an array, right? Let's say let me just log this now. If I just say fruits, comma fruits, if I just do 0, if I just save, I got apple. Okay, inside this array, this is the first position. I got apple here. If I want if I want banana, I can just type 1 and I'll get banana. Okay, so this is also a random number here. This is a random number getting the numbers from 0 to 10, but I don't want numbers from 0 to 10. I just want 0, 1, 2, 3. I just want numbers till 3. So I'll just do 3 here. Save. Now instead of putting 1, 2, 3 here inside foods, okay, random numbers are getting generated from 0 to 3, right? So I'll just put this random here. Random. Save. See, every time I refresh, I keep getting different items from an array. That we need. Okay, we have few of the codes. I don't know who said this, when said this, but we have few of the codes here inside the arrays. Okay, it should not be like this. Let me put this everything into one array and make it simple. Okay, now everything is in one array. Okay, see, now everything is inside one array. All the codes are inside one array. Same thing, if I have to access codes, I can do it like if I want a first code to be displayed here, to be printed here, you can just put codes. Now what you can do, this is at the 0th position, this is at the first position, this is at the second position. So like that I have many numbers. So instead of putting here now 1, 2, 3, or I don't know the length of the array, right? That thing I can know, I can find out, I know that part. Instead of doing that one, what I can do is codes dot length. Okay, simple. No need to mess it here and there. I just gave code dot length so that I can get how much whatever the length of the array, that many numbers I'll be generating, random numbers I'll be generating here. So every time I refresh, I should be getting a code here. This is an array inside an array, that is why I'm getting this one. So we just remove this thing. Let's remove this also. Yeah. Okay. See, this is a code that I have got. Oscar Wilde. That's not a code, I believe. So I think that's the name of the person who said it. So let me just refresh. See, I got this one. I just say, see, I got this one. So I can generate the codes, the random codes. Every time I refresh, I keep generating a random codes here. Let me just remove the names of the people who said this. I just want the codes, not the names. See, every time I'm refreshing, I'm getting a random codes. So I don't want it here, I'll put it in the application directly. Inside this header, what I'll do is I'll write, okay, just write codes. Okay, I have a codes here, codes generator. I mentioned like codes generator. P, I'll create a P tag where I can put my codes here. I'll give a class of codes this codes display. I'll write directly display codes display, so that I can, and as of now I'm not keeping and writing anything here inside the P. Later on I'll enter it. I'll keep a button here so that every time I click on generate, every time I click on this button generate, there should be a code generated here. Okay, simple thing guys. See, everything is ready here. We have an array, and every time we are calling this this thing, and it's getting generated a new code here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll create a function here, function called as code gen. Okay, inside this function, I just create a function here. So inside this function, I'll put this math.random thing, so that every time a function is called, a random number is generated. I'll also create a one more variable called as quotes, quotes, mhm, generated quotes, whatever the quotes we are generating, that thing. Okay, and this is equal to quotes, random. Guys, let me know till now if you have any doubts, any questions here. Let's move forward. So what I'll do here now is I'll just select this p tag so that I have to enter I have to, put codes every time the code is generated. I click on this button, I'll just enter that codes inside this. So I'll make it id. So I'll just select this element. You guys know how to select that element, right? Let me just select it here, called paragraph for document dot get element by id. The id is, I've just copied the id of the paragraph here. id is codes display. Yeah, I've just selected that one. So I'll just insert here. It should be left. Okay, I'll just insert it here, called as para dot inner html equal to this one. Let's see if this works. If I'm just click on generate, it's not working. Let's see what's the mistake. Okay guys, the mistake is I have not called this function. Everything is perfect. I have not called this function inside a button. That's why nothing is happening here. So I should call this function inside a button, right? Let me just call this function inside a button. Click. Sorry, on click. I should get this function. Let's see if this works now. See, this is working. I got argue with areas and you recovery. Okay. See, every time I click a button, I get a random code. We have generated a random code generated machine. We have made an application. On click of a button, we generate a codes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, guys, it's time for rating. Just give the rating for today's class and wind up from 0 to 10. Thank you, Ishwar, for your rating. Thank you, Aisha. Okay. Okay, guys, let's wind up.